What up, everybody? This is Larry Stone back with the Dark Hour in another video. I'm going to talk about simping. Yes, a word that has been just pretty much catching up with everything mainstream nowadays. And basically, this video is about simps getting what they deserve. What do I mean by that? Well, basically, it doesn't matter if it's your friend or a family member or just somebody that you just so happen to be talking to about this subject. The fact of the matter is that there are guys that just can't be saved. And that goes for people in general. There are guys that just can't learn unless they get their ass whooped. Okay? There are guys that are just gonna simp no matter what because they're so desperate for female validation. And in a way, I get it, because we were all raised to be simps. And it got to a point where, at some point, that a lot of men just started to become self-aware of the programming. That, your music, your movies, your television shows, your basic stories and shit like that, were just teaching men how to pretty much be a sacrificial lamb for a woman or women in general. It doesn't matter if we're talking about relationships, politics, economics. The fact of the matter is that we live in a society that favors women to an absolute fault. I mean, the motherfuckers talk big about equality, but let's be honest here. This ain't about equality. Because if we were equal, you could be able to hit a bitch if she hits you first, which I do believe in that. You know, you have the right to defend yourself from anybody. So if a woman hits you, she acts like a man, she should get treated like a man. So I'm just going to give the 6 simple reasons why simps get what they deserve. Number 1 being, they don't listen to men who have been where they are, especially when they're young. And what I mean by this is, like I said earlier, getting more in depth, that you can sit here, they're going through through a certain situation with a female, right? And you're telling them you haven't had experience with the same situation. You let them know, yo, you need to do X, Y, and Z instead of whatever it is you're doing because she's doing this, or it's not worth the trouble. But these guys are so in love, so blinded by the ideal version of the woman that they have, they're going to sit there and retort with, nah, man, I know what I'm doing. They think they know what you're doing. They know what they're doing. And that she's so different that despite the fact that after telling your story, which is similar to his, that is going to end up in the same way where it was to your detriment, he thinks it's going to turn out to his favor. And when you're young too, you can barely tell a man that's in love and young anything. They're going to become more stubborn. They're going to get more upset with you. They're going to try to double down on their decision to either marry a chick that isn't worth marrying or tolerate some shit that she's doing or whatnot. You can't tell him anything. They'll probably fight your ass. Even if you have evidence like, yo, I seen your chick with another dude the other day kissing all on them. They'll attack you because they have that cognitive dissonance going on in their mind. They just can't let go. They're addicted to that woman, and you can't tell them anything. So they're gonna go forward, do what the fuck they want to do, and you know what's gonna happen, but they're gonna find out the hard way, and they crash and burn. And by the time it's all said and done, they already got a kid with this woman, so they're stuck with her. They got bills and other debts and shit attached to this woman. You know, and if they got married, they might have to pay some type of alimony or child support. Like I said, if they have a kid and shit like that, you know, it's just going to be a disaster. And they're going to come back crawling with their tail between their legs. And man, I should have listened to you like this. I'm a jackass. And I don't feel sympathy for that person after that, because you've been warned. Okay? My advice to young simps out there, you better listen to the men that came before you and have been through what you've been through. because you think you discovered something. A lot of young people like to think they discovered something for the first time, when in reality, it's the same old song. You're not doing anything new. But young people like to think, especially when it comes to relationships, that they got relationships all figured out. When they come at you like, well, all you have to do is do that. Yeah, okay, keep living. Okay. I'm guilty of it too. Like I said, I've been there, done that. Not as extreme as most guys go. But, if you're not paying attention, if you don't see the signs or whatnot, then, you're just going to go in blind and you're going to fuck up. And that basically you're gonna crash and burn. So they don't listen to men who've been there. So whatever happens, they get what they deserve. They gotta learn the hard way. So number 2, they believe that their woman is special in the objective sense. What do I mean by that? In the objective sense, well, it's hard to convince somebody why they shouldn't view another person, or thing for that matter, as someone special. Because in their mind, that person could be doing enough things to convince that person that she's actually special. So special that he'll mistakenly believe that it's objectively true. And it's not. Golden rule I have is one man's special woman is another man's SLUT. Okay, she is not special. There's nothing uniquely, objectively special about any woman. She is another human being that uses the washroom like anybody else. I'm trying to lessen my verbal cursing and stuff on this platform, unfortunately, because everything's woke and whatever. But she's not special, dude. There's nothing objectively special about your woman. Your woman, whatever she could do for you, she could do for another man. But guess what? Any woman can do what she does, regardless of how she looks. Now, I can't tell you how to feel about her, but don't get your feelings and your delusion in your mind confused with reality. Because the minute she betrays that ideal version of her that you got in your mind, then you're all f***ed up in the game. See, I failed again. Sorry, whatever. But you're all messed up in the game. And you're sitting there angry and mad about her letting you down when she inevitably does. You start putting her on a pedestal like she's, again, special. There's nothing special about her, dog. In reality, no. She's just another woman. But to a man that doesn't get many women, like say if you only had like one woman or two, you're going to at least believe one of those two are special. Especially when you're with them in the moment. Now, if it's your first woman, of course, she's going to like, man, she's doing all these things. You really believe she's special. And if she fall off, but you get another one after a long time without having one, especially, you're going to believe she's special. Especially if she does do things better than the last one. If she's a step above actively compared to your first chick, then yeah, you'll be like, well, yeah, that last one, she wasn't actually special. But this one right here, oh man, she's the one. I say that a man doesn't learn the reality of women until he at least has about, I want to say 5. I want to say at around dating 5 women. That's when you start to see the patterns, the similarities between each woman. Because you got to remember, each woman is a reflection of you in a way. And if you get with at least 5, I want to say at least 5, you start to notice the similarities in relevance to yourself. Okay, based on how they start, based on how it ends, based on what happens in between. But if you only had one, you have no one to compare her to. So she's going to seem special because she gave you some. she's not special, bro. All right, moving on. 3, will turn their life upside down or put aside their goals to get or keep a woman. Now, man, look, you do not have to do that in order to get or keep a woman. We live in a society where it teaches men to put themselves last when it comes to dealing with a woman. Happy wife, happy life, all that crap. No, bro, no. Your happiness is your responsibility. And when you let anyone, especially a woman in this case, come into your life, she is a guest in your life. I don't care how long you've been with her. Okay? If she starts doing things that make you unhappy, especially consistently, you have to leave her. You have to let her go. You have to. Else, it gets worse. But on this point, there is no reason you have to uplift your life, especially if you were in a decent position, to validate her life. Doesn't matter what she's going through. If you're saving up, for example, like you saving up a budget to start a business or something like that, you meet a woman around this time and y'all spend a lot of time together, it's inevitable that this woman's going to start bringing her problems for you to solve. She'll start talking about how she's, especially when it comes to money, how she's behind on certain bills or living in a place where it's not safe or some crap like that. All right. And of course, women do these things to see how you're going to respond. How are you going to solve her problems? Especially when it comes to money. And if you are so gung-ho in proving that you're there for this woman, like, okay, man, she's been giving me this good love, and now she's in trouble. This is my time to put my cape on and rescue her, thinking it'll give you brownie points. So you're taking money out of your budget for your business to better your life in order to fix her crap. You're not obligated to do that, man. In fact, any woman that will let you do that, is not really there for you. She's using you, dog. Okay? She's using you. Don't do that, man. You don't have to do that to get or keep one. And if she gives you an ultimatum to do something, whatever it is for her, or else she's out, you need to let her go. To my next point, we'll do anything for sex, which is similar to part 3. You got guys that'll, for example, you got a lot of these simps, these blueberry simps, throwing all kinds of money away on chicks on OnlyFans or Twitch, even buying bathwater. One girl on Twitch managed to sell at least 500 jars of her bathwater for $30 a pop. I think another one sold hers for $300. I don't know how many she sold, but she sold something. My point is, you about to make me cuss. You guys are pathetic. I have no respect. I hope women like that get everything they can get out of you blueberry simps. I hope you can't afford to pay off your car note or your rent. Now, if you balling out of control, hey, I guess it's a drop in the bucket, but still, bathwater, bro. Bathwater, some nasty, funky bathwater. Because some chick that's a 6 or hard 6 at best took a bath in it. Really? You're that thirsty for sex? You're that deprived? But I guess there are some guys that are so deprived. The most I can give a pass for is if you're paying for sex. As in just getting the chick that's in the service by her own will, if you will. Not in no sex ring, no crap like that. But she just decides, I'm gonna sell my body for sex, which they technically do anyway. A woman was quoted, I forgot her name, but I'm gonna look it up. She was quoted that marriage to one man is a prostitution to one client as compared to many. And that was a woman. You can look that up, you can Google it for yourself. But that's what it is. You're trading money for sexual access. And I say a sex worker, if you're going to spend that kind of money on bathwater, you're better off just getting a sex worker. If you at least make it make sense. But those are extremes, but I will say this. Guys are willing to just drop what they're doing for sex, just that and a third for sex. And look, I love sex, man. Sex is great. But not great enough to ruin your friendships or your family relationships. Not to ruin your life. Not for any of that. Sex is everywhere. And trust me, one woman's vagina feels the same as the next. Some a little wetter, some a little tighter, but vagina is vagina. It's all the same. Okay? And when you had enough women to realize that, and you realize ain't much these women bring it to the table. But a lot of them want to talk like Tommy Lauren, whatever her name is. Like, man, she's just a 6 herself. She's cute, she can get it, but she wants you to kiss her butt because you should be grateful that she's in your presence. Please. Bye, Felicia. Okay, moving on to number 5. They stay with women after they find out she cheated on him. Oh, man. What more can really be said about a guy? A blueberry simp, a simpaholic that would keep rewarding a woman with a relationship despite the fact that she disrespected it by cheating. She did everything disrespectful to you, but cut your thing off. That's the only way she could disrespect you even more than cheating on you. And you're going to stick around with her. Why? Because you think you can't do better? Or you don't want the other guy to win? Or you've invested so much, and some of you literally have, especially if you got married and have kids. Oh, it's got to be hell to stick around with that. And I understand, because the kids, a divorce can really mess things up, and I'm a product of divorce, so I get it. But at the end of the day, as long as you stay with that woman, married or not, kids or not, it's never going to be the same. Never. You have to live with that woman, and she's going to do it again. Trust and believe that. Because especially if she's just your girlfriend, and you ain't got nothing attached with her like that, and you're still gonna stay, you have no excuse. At least the guy with kids got a little bit of an excuse, even though I know it's a tough call, I would imagine. But especially if you don't have tangible attachments with her, and you're gonna stay, she's going to cheat on you again, son. Again and again and again. Trust and believe that. Oh yeah, if she gets caught, she may cry and beg for forgiveness and stuff like that, and try to sex you up so she can get you all caught up in the sex to keep her around. But after you forgive her, which you really didn't, deep down, you're angry, and that's gonna come out in so many different ways in that relationship if you stay with her. But after she done cried and and gave you that BJ, she's gonna be like, he stayed around. I disrespected him the most I could ever do, and he still stayed. Well, there's nothing I can't do then, short of cutting this thing off. And trust me, when those arguments, whatever led her to do it, which was her own free will, but whatever she used to justify doing it, at least in her mind, can you imagine the next argument or disagreement, or when she's just bored, or if you can't do her the way the other guy did? And trust me, when a woman's gotten it good from a certain type of guy or another guy, in comparison to you, she's gonna thirst for that same feeling. Whether it's from the guy she cheated on you with, or with other guys. Yes, guys. I've seen it play out like that, and I shake my head like, man, dude, why didn't you just leave? Because simps are desperate. Especially if she was good in bed. I know. I still get emotional at some of the best BJs I've ever got. I know. I get it. But it ain't worth it, bro. If you find out she cheated on you, leave. Cut her off. The deal's off. You have to. I don't care what she does. I don't care what she says. She's done. Do better. Work on yourself. Get a better woman. Okay? But most of you won't. So you get what you deserve if you stay. So, number 6. They don't have what it takes to say no or walk away. Lacking boundaries. And this is relevant to pretty much most of the list. You lack boundaries, dude. You're scared to tell a woman no because she might get mad and want to break up. And if she does, tell her bye, Felicia. Or you're scared to walk away. You're scared to walk away. And if she knows that you won't walk away, she's going to keep serving you crap on a plate. Because in her mind, she got you. He ain't going nowhere. That's what she gonna think. And you know what? As long as you just tolerate her crap, she right. She's right. Why would she not double down on you when she knows she can keep pushing you and you won't push back? A man that knows his worth is not gonna tolerate crap from someone. If she's not doing what he likes, or if she comes at him with ultimatums, especially if those ultimatums would jeopardize his goals, his plans, just to validate her, just to air quote make her happy. Understand the third? If he can't walk away from that, if he can't have a woman tell him, do this or I'll leave, and let her go, then you're gonna suffer. If you can't walk away or say no, you get what you deserve, Mr. Simp. You get what you deserve. And I'm telling you, it's going to get worse. But you simps within earshot, you probably won't even listen to none of this because, number 1, y'all don't listen to men who've been there, done that. And in this day and age with the internet, social media, MGTOW, Red Pill, More, whatever, when you have an abundance of men who have came and went, talked about these things, and put the game out there for you, and you're still not gonna listen because you're addicted to the sex, because that's what it is. It ain't love, bro. Love is just a word that means different things to many different people. You just caught up in the sex. or you haven't had enough women. You rarely get a woman every 15 years. You haven't had a woman touch you in 10 years, and you finally get one. And you take what you can get, you hold on for dear life, because God forbid she leaves. Otherwise, it's Pornhub and lotion for you. Yeah, sad life, man. But if you don't want to do the work to better yourself, to better how you approach women, deal with women, because you got to manage these creatures, man. It ain't no joke. All that romance crap, bruh, it's brainwashing. That ain't the real world, man. It is not the real world. So those are my 6 reasons I believe that blueberry simps get what they deserve for simping for these women. Okay? This is your boy Larry Stone. I will produce another video soon. If you like what you heard in the video, please subscribe, like, and share. Place your comments at the bottom. Let me know what you think. This is Larry Stone for The Dark Hour, and I am gone.